Did you know that for 125 years, Yuma has been the epicenter of the winter produce? Iceberg, romaine, spinach, baby leaf. Yuma grows and ships it all throughout the U.S. and the world. Production of produce in the desert is accomplished solely through the mighty Colorado River. Desert growers are proud of what they do and care about the health and safety of their produce. The question is, why food safety? Well, foodborne outbreaks in the produce industry resulted in the establishment of the AZ-LGMA, known as the Arizona Leafy Green Marketing Agreement, an industry-led initiative adopted by produce shippers and growers to minimize the risk of foodborne pathogen in produce. The agreement addresses production guidelines that minimize the possible introduction of physical, biological, and chemical contaminants in produce. So how is this being accomplished? As members of the Arizona Leafy Green Marketing Agreement, produce shippers and growers work cooperatively to ensure that rigorous production practices are being followed. The AZ-LGMA consists of strict guidelines that address areas of irrigation use, prohibiting animal activity, soil amendment quality, land use, and worker hygiene. In addition, all growers participate in customer-mandated private third-party audits. Many growers have on-staff full-time food safety personnel who have backgrounds in microbiology and other science-based areas of study. Produce growers go to great lengths to ensure that their staff of irrigators, equipment operators, and field employees are properly trained in good hygiene. This is often accomplished through ongoing employee training in areas such as proper hand washing and good hygiene. Yuma produce growers go to great lengths to ensure that produce is grown in areas away from possible food safety risks. Such risks include older, leaky septic tanks and areas near concentrated animal feeding operations. Local farms are protected growing regions. You may not know that many ranches in Yuma County that are used to grow produce were early homesteads that have been farmed continuously for over 60 years. Soil amendments used by local produce growers are only sourced from reputable, well-established suppliers. Compost, if applied, must be certified pathogen-free and only used during allowable time frames. Yuma growers have adapted new production methods that eliminate the use of raw manure and other non-treated soil amendments that could put your health at risk. All water used to irrigate produce crops is rigorously tested by state-certified labs for generic E. coli. So what can you do to help produce growers in Yuma? Here's a few things. Canal banks and ranch roads have always been popular places for Yuma residents and visitors to take their daily walks and jogs. An activity as innocent as walking your dog along a canal bank or farm road can result in a point of contamination for a produce grower. Animals carry various diseases causing microorganisms in their waste. When walking along a public walkway near a canal or field, it is important to clean up after your pet. Please remember that all animals should be leashed and not allowed to enter a production area or water source. Please remember that ranch roads are private property and off-limits to visitors, walkers, and horse riders. For your safety and the safety of the produce we're growing, please refrain from stopping and picking product from the field. Many growers have posted new no trespassing signs to discourage this type of activity. Please remember, our ranches are protected growing areas. During the winter produce season, the Yuma region supplies much of our country with wholesome, safe, and high-quality produce. But we can only do this with your help. Please pick up your trash and never dump unwanted items near our ranches, in canals, or on ranch roads. Something as simple as cigarette butts or empty soda cups thrown into our growing areas can result in major losses for our growers. Developed in the early 1900s and completed in 1912, the intricate canal system you see in and around our community is critical in supplying our ranches with only the safest and cleanest water possible. When walking along a public walkway near one of our many canal banks, please remember to be a good citizen and pick up after your pets. Please refrain from dumping objects or disposing of unwanted substances in our canals or ditches. Our livelihood depends on it. The Field to Feast. We want your experience today to be a memorable one. We are proud of the produce that comes from our region, and we hope you'll enjoy the Field to Feast tour today. A few things we'd like you to know before you get started. Prior to entering the field, Please leave all personal objects on the bus. The field you'll be picking produce from was grown especially for this event. Please keep in mind that great care was taken to ensure that the produce you'll be harvesting today is as safe and wholesome as possible. Please take care when walking near plants, being careful not to crush or touch them unnecessarily. The field will be naturally uneven and the terrain a bit bumpy. Be careful when walking and be certain to walk only in the furrows. If you need assistance, a volunteer is available to gladly help you. Today, you are becoming a produce harvester, and you'll be asked to follow the same food safety guidelines as real produce harvesters. You'll be provided hair nets, gloves, and a harvesting knife. Please keep in mind the following safety rules. Please use the restroom facilities when needed. No eating or drinking in the growing area. No spitting, chewing gum, or smoking in the field. If you're experiencing nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, runny nose, or any other cold or flu-like symptom, we ask that you refrain from entering the growing area. Most importantly, before you enter the field today, please remember to wash your hands properly. Stations are set up for your convenience. Here are the simple steps to properly wash your hands. Wet your hands with water. Apply soap. Lather and scrub your hands and arms for about 20 seconds. Don't forget the areas under your nails and between your fingers. Rinse thoroughly with water. And finally, dry your hands using a clean paper towel. Have a great tour today. Enjoy the field to feast and take with you a little more information on the safety and precautions that are taken to make the produce in your home the best and safest you can possibly have.